Boy, 2024 came fast. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying yourselves. But yep, it's me again. They hate me. That's why they give a fuck about me at the same time. As always, JD Miles. The MGTOWs they love to hate. Even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them. Loves to hate MGTOW at the same time as always. And I'm back again. So, celebration is over. Everything's winding down. Then I said, and I thought to myself, what would be the first video I make to bring in the 2024, the new year of 2024? Then I sat there and I pondered. I pondered. Then I noticed E-Man67 made a video speaking on this type of matter. And I'm like, maybe I should dig deeper into this because he does have a point. In which everybody knows the Jonathan Major situation. They couldn't get him on all charges, but he was guilty on quite a few. But every time someone brings up Jonathan Majors, this one thing always pops up. And this is mostly from black women and a few of these pro-black, back to Africa, red ball, black ball, green ball ass motherfuckers. I wonder what that was. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, you black men need to stay away from these white women and shit. Really? That's all y'all got out of this shit? Oh, what happened? Oh, that's right. What happened to Jonathan Majors was it's a cautionary tale of black men need to stay away from white women. I got news for y'all motherfuckers. Does it really matter what race the woman is? Because last time I checked, while y'all telling black men to stay away from black women, no, while y'all telling black men that they need to stay away from white women, last time I checked, it doesn't matter what race of the woman is. And I can go back and I could bring up each and every situation where black men got screwed over by not just their own race of women, but other races of women too. So by the end of the day, it's not just a white woman thing. Like these back to Africa, red ball, black ball, green ball motherfuckers think. And yes, even black women is screwing these black men over nowadays. From Brian Banks to and many others too. They got screwed over, but guess what? The women that screwed them over, they're not white. Oh, surprise, surprise. So no, y'all say that black men need to stay away from white women. I say black men need to be cautious of all women, not just white, but all women, regardless of race or ethnicity. I mean, you see how they being treated down there in Colombia, right? That right there is a telltale sign. So no, it's not just white women doing this shit. And since everybody is so hell bent on this matter. And let me point out a one-sided hypocrisy here. It's funny that the majority saying that, oh, black men need to leave white women alone. The majority of them are mostly black females. But guess what? These are the same black females who 9 times out of 10 calls themselves divested, call themselves dating out. Oh, that's right. I call it divested privilege. They believe that they're the only ones who are privileged to date out. Black men need to stay in their race. I talked about this before. But guess what? They think it is when it ain't all peaches and cream. JD, what do you mean by that? This, while they telling these black men to stay away from white women, the same can be said about the black women dating out too. They want to talk about John DeMajor's cautionary tale. There's a lot of black women who date out who also have cautionary tales too. Don't believe me? Don't don't believe me? Go talk to Chad Willer's girlfriend. Y'all remember Chad Willer, right? Used to play for the Seattle Seahawks, who beated his black girlfriend to near death. Yeah, cautionary tale. Or what about that other white dude who murdered his black wife and his children? Another cautionary tale. So no, it's not just black men who needs to look out. Both black men and black women needs to look out. Not just one side, like everyone believes. And I'm going to go ahead and say this and say this. I'm going to say this and say this well. It doesn't matter which race you go to. Yeah, you're going to have advantages, but you're also going to have disadvantages. Regardless. Even in your own. Even in your own. But more importantly, one thing these pro-black, back to Africa, red ball, black ball, green ball motherfuckers need to know is this. Y'all want to know why these men who are dating out ain't listening to you motherfuckers? No, hear me out here. You want to know why these black men who date out ain't listening to you motherfuckers? Because they can clearly see that the shit is one-sided. Or as I call it, one-sided correctness. Now, what does one-sided correctness has to do with this shit? Everything. You see, when black men date out, oh, it's a tragedy. Oh, foul on the play, that type of shit. And here everybody comes trying to correct black men about why they should not date out, why they should stay in their own race and all that. But ain't it funny? When black women date out, that's celebrated. Oh, no one has a problem with that. You go, girl. We riding with you all the way. No one stands opposed against it. But when it's a black man dating now all of a sudden, everybody, including their own mama, is in on it. Everybody, including their own mama, has a problem with it. And believe me, those black men that they whining and crying over, they know that shit for a fact. This is why they ain't listen to Dr. Umar Johnson or these other motherfuckers out here. They ain't listen to these motherfuckers. If you ain't gonna correct, if you ain't gonna correct the other side, then they ain't trying to hear. Then they ain't trying to hear these motherfuckers try to correct them. Or as one passport bro put it, don't correct me if you ain't gonna correct them. Yes, I'll say it again. Don't correct me if you ain't gonna correct them. If you're quiet, not only is you quiet about that other side, but you're also celebrating it, I don't want to hear shit. If it's bad, if it's bad for me doing it, then it should be bad for that other side too. But no, they don't want to correct that other side. And yes, and yes, they stay quiet about that other side. And because of this, those black men seen the shit, and guess what? They like, fuck you motherfuckers. I'm doing what the fuck I want. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit if you like it or not. And that's how the shit goes. Yeah, they may not like it, but guess what? But guess what? This is what happens when you try to correct one side, but disregard the other. And what has Uncle JD been saying about one-sided correctness? What has Uncle JD said about one-sided correctness? Not only does it not work, but it makes the situation even worse than ever. And in this situation, regardless to how much you warn these black men about dating with white women, guess what? They don't give a shit. Especially if their own race of women is doing it too. Okay then. If you ain't gonna correct black women when they date out, then shut up. Then have several seats and shut the fuck up forever when black men start dating out. Bottom line. And I could give less of a fuck whose feelings I hurt. Fuck your feelings if you're mad. But the truth is the goddamn truth. And over here, Uncle JD calls a strike and a ball a motherfucking ball. If you ain't gonna correct, you ain't gonna correct. If you ain't gonna correct one side, don't fix your mouth to correct the other. That's how they looking at the situation as. This is the reason. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. Despite all the videos and shit talking about, oh, you black men need to stay away from white women, they ain't trying to listen. And in fact, not only ain't they trying to listen, but they know for a fact that it's not just white women doing this shit. Shoot, your own race could do that shit too. Even worse. Or any other race of women they get with. So no, it's not just one race. Bottom line. But nevertheless, I said what I had to say. I'm done on the matter, and I'm out this bitch. Later.